Hi, my name is Eamon Toland. I'm president of Paddy Power North America. I used to work as a management consultant for McKinsey and a few other consultancies, but I always wanted to be part of an industry that was growing, that was dynamic, that was exciting. And I got the opportunity to work with Paddy Power, and I ran their telephone betting business for 5 years, and it's been a tremendously exciting experience. Having run the telephone betting business for Paddy Power for so long, it was time for a new challenge. And I had a mixture of consulting skills and experience in the industry. So it seemed the right blend to go to North America and, as the market opens up, understand the strategic implications and how we could participate in it. Paddy Power started about 20 years ago as a small chain of Irish betting shops. It's now a $4 billion market cap company with no debt and about $250 million in the balance sheet. It's been growing about 25% a year for the past decade, and it's one of the most successful online gaming companies in the world, as well as one of the most successful retail sports betting companies in the UK and Ireland. We're one of the world's leading sports betting companies, and we work out of the UK, Ireland, Italy, and Australia in particular, offering sports betting, and also in partnership with the French government and with the British Columbia state in Canada. We also offer poker, casino and bingo in the UK and Ireland where it's legal and regulated. So that's a very strong part of our business offering there. And we've got a very strong mobile presence. So we were the first company in the world in the App Store for any form of mobile gambling. And very strong on Facebook as well. We were the first Facebook partner for sports betting. We combine a strong sense of fun and we're very strong with our marketing. I think we've been known as one of the most admired companies in the UK for marketing. We were actually voted the most admired company about a year ago by Accenture. But we're also very strong on the technology side of things. So, I mean, our mobile gaming platform is highly innovative. Our mobile casino platform, Roller Casino, has been winning many awards. So we managed to be at the cutting edge of mobile, which is the dynamic sector for online gaming, and at the same time we're very strong on the kind of fun aspect of things. So people enjoy our brand and they enjoy interacting with us. I mean, I mentioned mobile gaming. I think it's had a profound influence on the sector. I mean, 10 years ago, it was all laptop, it was all desktop. Now well over half of people's business is mobile or will be mobile if it's not already. And what you're seeing is huge cannibalization of the kind of desktop market in favor of mobile devices. So people talk about the second screen concept where you're watching a game, you're maybe having a bet on a smartphone. So basically tablets and smartphones are dominating the market, and I think that's going to be a huge trend for years to come. And the people who are able to recreate or even reinvent the user experience in mobile are going to be successful. I think one of the things we're seeing is the opening up of markets. Regulation is coming to a lot of geographies, not just in Europe, but obviously the United States where I now live. And I think we're going to see over the next 10 years, state after state, see the benefits of online gaming and how it can complement the land-based business. New Jersey went live in November. We could see states like Pennsylvania and California open up in the next couple of years. So that's a tremendously exciting dynamic. And I think people who have a strong footprint, who are already very strong from a regulatory point of view, should see a lot of opportunities as the United States opens up. So, I mean, there's a number of market challenges. And again, regulation is an opportunity, but potentially if they change regulation, that can be quite a threat as well to the business. So in the UK, point of consumption tax is being debated for online gaming. There are concerns about FOBTs and how they can be managed. So, we have to work in the vanguard of the industry to try and address people's concerns, to try and show how we're being responsible, to make sure that gambling is responsible and that we protect the vulnerable. I think there's also, a challenge coming from, the clarity about regulations and the clarity on things like tax levels. So if you went to somewhere like Germany, where 5% turnover taxes have been suggested, that would decimate an industry if it went around the world. So we have to make the argument and make the case to government about how we are part of the system and how we should be responsible parts of the system and work in partnership. And I think that's something we have to do increasingly. We haven't always made the case for what we do already as effectively as we could. I think problem gaming in particular is something which there's an entirely legitimate concern, and frankly it's one we take very seriously. I think we'll also find that some new ideas coming from the States will help in that area. So New Jersey, for instance, you have to pool information on problem gamers, which means that if somebody closes with one casino, they've actually closed with all casinos. Unlike the UK, where frankly we could close somebody down, but they'll have another 30 casinos or online gaming companies they can go to. So we'll have to see if that's successful in actually reducing the incidence of problem gaming once somebody has decided that they want to stop. And hopefully we can take best practice and move it around the world. The other thing is actually the lack of information. So again, when you talk to people in the United States, they don't realize how well regulated and how safe online gaming is. I tell people we have 1.2 million customers in Europe. On average, they lose less than $1 a day. Whereas you'll see even at federal level, people will say, click on a mouse and lose your house. In reality, this is, for most people, a harmless form of entertainment. It's a bit of fun. They could watch a movie or they could play a game for 20 minutes, and it's just another option, in their lifestyle while they're in the den. So I think we do need to make sure that information is shared and people understand, where the real issues are and what are really, phantasms, which won't have an issue. Working with Paddy Power, it's an incredibly vibrant organization. It's great fun. Going to the States, sometimes you wind up apologizing for stunts as much as anything, but no, we've really enjoyed growing the business and seeing the growth rate of kind of 20-25% a year. So no 2 days have ever been the same. It's hard to pick out one day that you'd say is the ultimate, because actually every day brings a fun and new challenge. People are interested in the industry. It's a wonderful industry, which is still in some ways in its infancy. I think people should try and kind of get the feel for it. I mean, if they're in the UK, go into a betting shop, see how that works. Try and understand at the grassroots level, how things function in the industry. If you're interested in the online business, go and actually try a few online sites, see how they play, get the feel of it, get the experience, and then obviously it's a technology-driven industry, so expertise in the technology is going to be extremely important. If you're interested in marketing, analysis is going to be very important. So it's not the kind of industry, for all the fun that we have, where you can simply rely on beer to kind of get you through. You need to actually do your homework, and you need to get an education that will allow you to be part of our smart economy for online gaming. I enjoy casino games. I enjoy slot games. Sometimes when I'm playing, I like to just kind of switch off parts of my brain. I'm very popular at poker because I tend to lose money. So that's so everyone wants me to play with them. And frankly, I love sports betting. I love people being able to bet on either soccer or particularly horse racing as well. It's a fun pastime. I have played the lottery a couple of times, particularly even in the States. If Powerball gets up above $200 million, you might as well, and at least have a couple of tickets. So that's something I do. I did at one point. I had a lucky 15, which is a multiple bet on 4 horses, and I was actually so busy I didn't realize that 3 of my horses had won until I got up to see the racetrack, and the 4th horse fell at the last fence. So I won quite a bit of money, and unfortunately that gambling site thought I was better than I was, so they wouldn't let me play anymore, but never mind.